Today I'm going to be walking you through two different scenarios in Workday and how we can automate those scenarios using Provar. The first thing that we have done is establish a connection to our Workday instance by creating a UI connect step inside of Provar. We've configured our connection using our base URL, our username, password, and our standard auth handler that we provide from Provar that enables us to log in. So the first scenario that I'll be walking through is going to be adding headcount. So we're going to be adding in a new hire, and then we have some test cleanup at the end that will remove the new hire so we can run this test case over and over again without any interference. So this UI Connect will handle the login process, populating our username and password and ensuring that we're signed in by doing an assertion on the home page here to validate before continuing on. Okay, next we have our workforce planning page that we're going to be navigating to, and we'll be adding in a new row here. We'll fill in all the information for this new hire, such as the title, the residence, the start date, the hours per week, the health benefits, of course, the pay rate, and the commission target. And then finally, we have a pause here right on the save button, just to ensure everything is correct. We can also go into edit this step here, and let's go ahead and add a screenshot just in case we want to check this in the report after the fact. So we'll save that, and then we'll just continue on. Now we have some test cleanup here. So we're going to be interacting with the last row again. Just going to be clicking on it to select it, selecting the delete row, and then saving this sheet once again, just to ensure we have a clean slate for the next execution. So that was a pretty basic scenario just showing how we can add new headcount inside Workday. Here we have another basic scenario in Workday where we're going to be adjusting an existing expense plan. So we've utilized the same UI Connect from the previous scenario. We drag and drop that into our test case, which again takes care of navigating us into our Workday instance, configuring our username and password, signing us in, and then validating that the home screen is present before continuing on with the test. And we have it paused here, where we're going to be utilizing the same hamburger menu as before to navigate us to the expense planning page. On the expense planning page, this is of course a kind of a worksheet, if you're familiar with Workday. So we're able to interact with specific cells here in Provar. We have it paused here to show exactly what's going to be happening, but we're adjusting this particular cell and we're going to be copying the information to the end of the fiscal year and updating the expenses there. So we'll just go ahead and resume it through. It'll be adding a note there and clicking OK, saying we're adjusting due to inflation. And we have it paused here again on the save button. I'll go ahead and resume where it will save this sheet. It'll confirm that the sheet is saved. Clear the contents, copy that through, and then save the sheet once again. Okay, and there you go. So now it's reset back to the original state. So we have this cleanup phase at the very end that's going to basically remove any changes that we made to our expenses from before so we can run this scenario over and over again. So there you have two basic scenarios inside of Workday, with showing you how we can interact with it inside of Provar. Just to show a brief example of how this works, if we were to navigate to a different budget option here, we could right-click on the working budget, add that to our test case. We'll see that Provar gives us a new field that we can create for this particular page. So we'll just utilize this built-in locator, click add and do, and it will open up the working budget. So we can switch to a different budget here. If we want to go to a previous budget, we can right-click on the budget pass 1, and we'll just call this budget pass 1. We'll change the interaction type to click here, and we'll click add and do. So now we switched over to a different budget in case we want to take a look at this one and make any changes or look at any of the expense reports here. So that shows you very briefly how we can interact with Workday and how we can execute some scenarios.